again and welcome to Shed Talk, a weekly magazine video series looking at the keeping, breeding and showing of cage birds with a particular focus on the exhibition style budgerigar. And in this episode we will continue our focus on the breeding of the exhibition budgerigar, or breeding of budgerigars I suppose we should say. In that those of you that watched the last few episodes will know that we now have 6 pairs down, which is all I'm going to put down in the initial part of this breeding season. So we have 6 pairs down. Some of those have been down for 2, possibly 3 weeks, and others have just been put down for about a week. So we'll see how any of those are getting on in terms of whether we've had any success, any eggs or any sign of birds going down to breed. Right, what we normally do is we start with cage 1 and work our way around to cage 6. Why change that? So that's what we'll do. We'll start with cage 1. Well, as I said, we're going to start with the pair that's directly behind me in cage 1. And this is an Opaline cinnamon sky blue that was crossed to a dark green. This pair, you might remember, it was the first pair we put down. So it's already been in the cage nearly 3 weeks now. It's been in the breeding cage. I have seen the cockbird feeding the hen, but only recently. The hen, after about a week and a half, she had already been in the nest box. Sorry, she went in the nest box very quickly and began clearing it out and continued clearing it out. After about a week and a half, this hen laid, but she laid on the bottom of the cage, and the egg didn't look particularly healthy. It felt and looked like the shell hadn't properly formed. I was a bit concerned that maybe she was lacking a bit of calcium. I am giving calcium in the water, so I'm hoping that isn't going to be a problem, but it did look as if that might be the case. The hen is a proven hen. She bred for me last year, so I know she can breed. More recently though, she spent some time in the nest box. She, after about another probably 5 to 7 days, she began laying in the nest box. Eggs don't look too bad. They look a lot healthier in terms of the shell, not necessarily in terms of the colour. You can probably see them here. And then again, missed a day as usual, and then on the following day she laid a second egg. So this hen has now laid 2 eggs and in that sort of natural cycle. So touch wood, I'm going to give these a few more days and then I will check to see if they're full. Cockbird, very protective of the hen in terms of the nest box, so we'll often sit outside the nest box. A little bit concerning, although not massively, is that he also spends a little bit of time in the nest box as well with the hen. So the reason why I think it's concerning is because there can be a tendency for both birds being in the nest box, for eggs to be disturbed, and we end up with adult eggs. So pair number 1 then, currently looking quite good. We have eggs in the nest box, and all we're waiting for now is to see whether the eggs are full or not. So that's pair number 1. Let's have a look at pair number 2. So moving on then to pair number 2, which is the pair you can see directly behind me. This pair went down about a week after the pair number 1, and this is a cinnamon sky blue hen crossed to another a cinnamon sky blue cockbird crossed to another dark green hen. They're very attentive to each other. Cockbird feeds the hen, and I have seen these pair mating. They mate almost as soon as the hen comes out of the nest box. They mate. With me saying that the hen comes out of the nest box, you can probably gather that she has cleared the nest box out, and this hen has started laying. So far she's laid 1 egg, and given that we've seen the cockbird mate with the hen, I am hopeful that in this case we will have full eggs, but like I say, only 1 egg has been laid so far. I think you can probably see behind me the cockbird is treading the hen as we talk. So like I say, hopefully the cockbird will have filled the eggs in this cage, Again, this cockbird I know is capable of filling eggs because last year he was with the hen that was in cage 1, and we know that she had successfully raised a number of chicks. So again, touch wood, eggs will be full, and again, success so far in cage number 2. So first 2 cages are good news. What about cage number 3? So moving on then to pair number 3, which is in cage number 3 directly behind me. This pair went down the same time as pair number 2, so we would expect them to be on a fairly similar cycle, although we do know some pairs take a little bit longer than others. However, I am a little bit disappointed with this pair. This is a cinnamon grey green that I've now tried with probably 4 different hens, and although he's quite attentive to the hen, so well, I say attentive, he comes on to the hen, he displays to the hen. The hen, in almost all the hens that I've put with him, show no interest in him whatsoever, and the same is true here. So I don't know what I do. I'm going to give them a little bit longer, this pair, but the hens show no sign of going in the nest box, no sign of clearing it out. So like I say, I'm going to give this pair probably another week and a bit. If there's no signs that they are going to, or that the hen is going to go down to nest, then I think I will split this pair, and I will probably give up on this cockbird, because there appears to be no sign that this cockbird is going to successfully pair up to any particular hen. So I don't know. Thoughts on this? Have you ever had a cockbird that's been in the same, where you've had the same position? You know, he, like I say, he performs with his, displays like mad to the hen, but the hen shows no interest. And like I say, this is probably the 4th or 5th hen that we've had with this particular cockbird. So that's pair number 3. Again, like I say, a bit disappointing that this pair haven't really shown any major signs of going down, but we will give them another week. We'll give them another week to see if there is any chance that we might get something off of this grey green hen, because I do like I like this grey green hen. I probably said it before. Just a shame he's not gonna. I can't find in a hen that's going to successfully bond with. Anyway, that's pair number 3. Those are the first 3 pairs that we put down. So those pairs have been in there, like I say, a minimum of 2 weeks. Let's have a look at pair number 4, 5 and 6 that have only been down for a week. Well, that's the first of the 3 breeding cages looked at. And I hope you agree, not a bad start. We've got, a few eggs, so what more could I ask for this early on in the breeding season? We've got to wait and see whether any of those are full now. Before we go on and look at cage 4, 5 and 6, I just wanted to say thank you to all those of you who have commented on the last few videos. Always much appreciated. The support you give during those comments is, makes it worthwhile in terms of continuing to produce the videos. Also, those of you that hit the like button, again, we try to get up to around 30, and I notice when a video hits about 30 likes, suddenly we move from suddenly there's an increase, appears to be an increase in the number of overall views, which indicates that YouTube is showing it to a slightly wider audience, which I think the more people we see how much see this hobby, the better, the more we can promote it. So do hit the like button if you enjoy the videos. If you're not yet a subscriber to the channel and you made it this far, then you may as well hit the subscribe button as well. I appreciate all of the subscriptions. I'm hoping by the end of the year to try and get up to around 1,500 subscribers. We are a little bit below that target based on the number of people who are subscribing, so don't forget, please do subscribe to the channel if you watch the videos. Right, what we'll do now then is we'll have a look at cages 4, 5 and 6. So moving back over to cage number 4, or pair 4, which is of course the first pair that we put down last week. Remember in last week's video we saw us put these pairs in. This is a cinnamon, or an opaline cinnamon sky blue crossed to a light green. And I'm pleased to say, quite surprisingly, the hen here has already been in the nest box and started to clear it out. I'm not seeing any other signs yet that she's ready to go down, so there's no indication of, you know, the big poos on the bottom of the cage and that sort of thing. They are, cockbird and the hen are sitting next to each other, they preen each other, so hopefully that's a good sign as well. So far, not looking too bad with pair 4, so hopefully by the next update, the next time we update, we'll have some success here. So that is, like I say, that's pair 4, the first of the pairs we put down at the end of last week. So moving on to pair 5, which are obviously in cage 5, and this pair is a light green cockbird that we've paired to an opaline cinnamon sky blue hen. And unlike cage 4, this hen, while she shows some interest in the nest box, she hasn't really been in there and done any major clearing out. So, however, cockbird and the hen seem to be getting on all right. Cockbird is, you know, displaying to the hen, and again some mutual pruning. So early days for this pair. You know, they have only been in there a week. Normally I sort of think about 2 weeks we would expect to see some good signs of them being compatible and the likelihood that they're going to go down. So yeah, so whilst not as good as pair number 4, it does look like pair number 5 may well be, you know, compatible, at least compatible in terms of pairing up. Whether or not the hen will decide that she's ready to go down, we will have to wait and see, and we'll give these at least another week to settle in and show those early signs. So that is pair number 5. What we'll do now is we'll move on again and have a look at pair number 6, which of course is the last of the pairs. And the final pair then, of course, is pair number 6, and this is a dark green cockbird that we've crossed to a opaline cinnamon grey, and this one's a little bit tricky. So the hen has shown an interest in the nest box, but she's not clearing it. So those of you that regularly watch the channel will know that I fill the nest box quite full with wood shavings in there, and I do this because it allows the hen, well, a number of reasons. One, it gives the hen, when she goes in there, she starts to clear it out, and I think this is more close to the hen's natural behaviour when she's having to make a nest in a tree hole herself. She would do a lot of that, you know, chipping away with her beak and stuff, hence the chewing when they're in breeding condition. So I think it sort of helps stimulate her in the sense of getting into the breeding condition. It also means that she won't go straight in there and just sit in there. She has to clear it out, and she keeps coming out, and this encourages the cockbird then to start showing more interest in her. The other thing it does is it allows me to see whether the hen has been in the nest box, because I can see that the wood shavings have been disturbed, or they're all over the bottom of the cage. So I know that the hen has been in the nest box even if I haven't seen her go in there. In this case, I've seen the hen go into the nest box, but there's no sign of her doing any clearing. Now, what's the problem with that? The main issue I have with that is when I've had this before, where I've had a hen that hasn't cleared out the nest box, she then lays in the nest box on top of quite a large amount of wood shavings. And the problem with that is sometimes the egg can then become buried into it. She doesn't see the egg, so therefore she doesn't fix it. When I pull the nesting out, I look at it and I don't spot the egg, and therefore we end up with, you know, 2 or 3 cold eggs before I spot the fact that she is laying in there. Now, the solution to that is, if she doesn't start clearing this nest box out very shortly, I mean, I do, when I pull it out, I have a quick look through the thing to make sure she hasn't laid any eggs. But the other thing I will do is, if I'm sure that she's going in there but not clearing the nest box out, what I will do is clear most of it out myself and just leave, you know, half an inch in the bottom, make a little I suppose concave one end in it, so flatten one end of it furthest away from the entrance hole, so that it will encourage her to lay in that end, and hopefully I will be able to see the egg. So that's where we are with this pair, and I will be doing that over the next couple of days if I continue to see her going in there and notice that she isn't clearing the nest box out. So that's the complete roundup of all of the cages, and you know, generally I think we're doing okay. We've got two cages on the top row that have been where we've got eggs. We've got the one directly behind me, the cage number 3, where we're still unsure, which is a bit disappointing. But then on the bottom row, we've already got one hen clearing, one hen showing an interest, and still time for the other pair. So, you know, if I get, for me personally, with such a small number, if in this first set of birds that we put down, if I get 50% success rate in terms of laying and full eggs, I would be happy with that. Anything more than that is always a bonus to me, because I always find that, you know, with such a small setup, you're always going to get some birds that just don't want to breed. Right. There we are. That's your roundup of the birds so far. Let me know your thoughts, any comments as per usual, and again, there'll be an update probably in a little while. I probably won't do one every week until we've started to get some birds that are, you know, getting to the place where we're looking at eggs hatching and so on. Right, there we are. Complete update of all the cages. Well, that brings us to the close of another episode. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to hit the like button if you aren't yet, subscribe to the channel. But most importantly, as always, please stay safe and enjoy your birds.